Alright, let's get in and have a look at the Streatham stabbing. Now, if you go through the YouTube search results, there's a lot of videos, and it's the same. There wouldn't be any more than 10 videos in terms of different footage. Now, of all the videos, including the balcony witnesses, not one single person has managed to get any footage of any gunshots or any footage of anyone being stabbed. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, this is coded all the way through with number 3, and to some people, you're not going to get what I'm getting at here. For people who have seen literally hundreds of these events, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Now, look, I've got a couple of recordings here which I want to go through just quickly, and also I want to state how is it that in an event like this, the media has been very careful to wheel out only a couple of witnesses. Now, this happened on a Sunday afternoon as well, and another thing I want you to think about is, why is it whenever these people attack, they only ever attack innocent civilians? It's never government officials or anyone like that who the attackers claim to be against. It's always innocent civilians. So that in itself should tell you that a lot of these events are staged. Okay, now there would be plenty of CCTV footage and whatnot around here, but this area would have been chosen specifically for this because the business owners would be a part of the club. They'd make sure that no CCTV leaks out to anyone in the public, because that'll expose this story for the bullshit story that it is. And I want to go through now and play a couple of videos. So I've got no editing software or anything like that. She's just raw, unedited, and unscripted. So look, I want to show you this first of all. Now, this is Priti Patel. I think this is the Homeland Affairs Minister, possibly, and I just want to
do that. But tomorrow we will also...
I want you to listen to what she has to say, and notice that she's already got it lined up that tomorrow they're going to make a big announcement on changes to the law. And usually whenever they want a law passed, events like this go down. Not just usually, every time in the lead up to it.
do that, but tomorrow we will also be announcing some fundamental changes in addition to what we've already said that we will do to deal with counter-terrorism and counter-terrorist offenders.
Yeah, righto. Now, we've got this bloke here. This is an interesting character. Goes by the name of Dave Chawner. I want you to have a quick listen to what he has to say.
back and forth. There were three people from three members of the public that were there. They were using my blanket to suppress the wound.
So you get your three again, and this is how they communicate amongst one another, and that's how they let other members of, let's just call it the club, know that this is just a psyop, basically. But the general public, they will never get this, and that's why they can get away with it. Now, if you look at all the people that are around, ask yourself, why has there not been one single person who was able to provide footage of any gunshots? Yeah, so no footage of any gunshots, no footage of anyone getting attacked, and not only that, but no footage of the offender running up the street after this has happened. Now, the media has also been very careful to only interview a minimal amount of people in terms of, so I mean, you've got all these people around, but they only put up their actors. Okay, I'm not saying all of them are actors, okay, because I believe there was a couple of witnesses who were genuine, but as for the rest of them, they're, in my opinion, clearly part of this psyop.
Seemed to know and have medical knowledge, and sent me off to the crossroads in order to flag down the ambulance. So I ran to the crossroads, and then after about 10 minutes I ran back thinking that the ambulance must have arrived, and I was sent back, and I kept on checking in. I also luckily saw one of my friends who is part of the military, and asked him if he'd got his medikit on it in order to attend the scene. By this point, this is really before there was any police cordon, and that's not to say the police didn't do their job whatsoever. It was just an incredibly frantic.
Right, now, the reason they're saying that this bloke is or was under surveillance before this attack happened is because they know that there's a small section of the public who will say, how did you get on the scene that quickly if this was legit? You see, because that's a mistake they've made in the past, whether it be a news reporter who just happens to be there at a time when the attacker starts screaming out Al Akbar with his and they've got their cameras and all ready to go, so they know they can't get away with that anymore. So that's why you're getting the story of this individual was under surveillance, in my opinion.
We're on number 3, which is lower than we have been most of the time in the last 15 years. We're on number 3.
Right, so you get your number 3 there again, and your 5. Sorry, you're 15 for your number 6. Okay, so she's giving you your 3 and your number 6 there. And if you go back and listen to this interview, that's clearly what she's doing, because it's signalling. It's a language that these people communicate in amongst one another,
which is lower than we have been most of the time in the last 15 years.
So I'm just pointing out pattern recognition here, same as my last video where I showed you that it was coded with your 33s, your 12s, and your 3s. All right, now, I mean, I understand a lot of you aren't gonna get it. Now, we'll go to this bloke here, because this bloke had he was a witness that they brought out, And if you ask me, this bloke's reading from a script.
They say this was an armed police officer with uniform. He came after the undercover police were already at the scene, and this officer came to us. They say, you got to leave the place and make it empty everywhere, and we had to leave it. It was, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They choreographed this one quite well. Actually, they did a pretty good job on this one, actually, compared to their other attempts. Now, alright, we'll just take a quick look at this last video here.
Sorry, Taka. Reports that the man shot by police may have had some kind of device on his person. Did you see anything at all?
Yes, he had like sort of a vest, but I wasn't know what is in a vest. It's more like a light color, but I'm sure it was a vest. And I've seen him when he shot, he was still alive for at least 2-3 minutes. He was looking up and down, you can see that, but nobody could get close to him because of what he was carrying on him.
Alright, so a couple of things I want you to think about here is when you watch the media reports, think about how quickly the reports were put together in terms of watch the different news stations and notice how they generally only interview the same witnesses. So you've got all these different media outlets about the place, yet they stick to the same core group of witnesses. Okay, now, so that's one thing I want you to think about. The second thing you need to think about is who's getting attacked in these terror attacks. It's always you, the public. All right, it's never people in any positions of power. Okay, they don't go in and attack their buildings. They don't go in and attack them. It's always you. So that's something else I want you to think about. All right, and look, I'm going to finish this video up here. I don't think I'm going to make another one on this. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, just remember, you've got all these media outlets and they stuck to the same core group of witnesses. Now, that's a dead giveaway. All right, because there's a lot of people around the place. And the reason they've done this is because this is a choreographed event. And they've actually done a good job on this one. There's a lot of things they could improve. But compared to their other efforts over the years, where they've been shown beyond any shadow of a doubt to be hoaxing the public, even going back a couple of months ago on the bridge there, the London Bridge attack, with the witnesses who were clearly paid actors. I've got in my 100 crisis actor videos playlist, you'll see there's an actor there from that event. So they've brought out better actors, they've choreographed this much better, but once again, it was the media and the way the media put this story together that has that's let them down. All right, that's it.